Man, it's actually cool this morning, ain't it?
Yeah, it feels really good,
The
yeah.
humidity's down today. I'm just glad to be back fishing again. It's been a while with all this stuff going on. So this is Trace State Park. You said what, 500 something acres?
565, located in northeast Mississippi. Phenomenal bass fishery, crappie fishery, but it's historically known for its brim. Giant bluegill, yeah.
Man, I should have brought a bucket of crickets. Oh, there we go.
Fish on. Woo, thank goodness. There's a chunk.
Yeah, first fish in the boat.
Way to get it started, Kevin.
Man.
Little middle of the summer, 1st of August bass fishing. It's hot, but we got a little cold front, and it's a beautiful morning. Kevin got us started with a nice chunky
Look at that,
pound and a quarter.
Fish. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we go. Trace State Park. One nut.
Made a little change. Went from topwater bait to a little chatterbait, fishing around a lot of flooded willows. Another pound and a quarter fish.
Another good one.
Another chatterbait fish. About the same size. This bait's gained a lot of popularity the last couple of years, although it's been out forever. And it's it's a combination of a spinnerbait, a jig, a swim jig. It's got a little vibration. You see the front blade there. And you fish it like a spinnerbait, but it's a little bit different action on fish that may have gotten used to seeing a lot of spinnerbaits. So if you hadn't got this in your tackle box, you need to try it.
So the lake's been closed, what, a couple of years?
A little more than that, yeah, Kevin.
Made a bunch of changes to it.
Well, Trace, you know, we said earlier it was 565 acres.
There you go.
Well, hold on, let me let this look a little bit better fish there.
Yeah. Good fish.
He's interrupted our discussion. Oh, now we're getting up there a little bit better. A little bit better size. What Trace is getting known for. 565 acre lake probably had more hours per acre of angler hours per acre than any other lake in northeast Mississippi.
Really?
That's how popular this lake was. Lakes that were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, we started having issues with some of the dams in terms of slides, and we had a pretty good slide on the front side, or back side and front side of this dam back in 2016. The EQ said, the Department of Environmental Quality said, you've got to drain it and complete those repairs. And we received that order in March of 2017. So we drained the lake, we restocked it. And anytime we drain a lake, we do what's called a complete renovation. And I'm talking about the fish population, I'm talking about the facilities, redid all the fishing piers. There's a lot of bank access out here at Trace.
So like piers and some of the cabins and campgrounds, everything.
We talked about how big it is, but it's really a popular destination for bank fishermen because
you got these little fingers that come up in the lake.
You do, and there's a brand new road coming into the entrance.
Yeah.
And folks that used to fish here do appreciate that. So what I like to call it is we give it a facelift. You know, we give the facility a facelift. And folks will be enjoying this for the next 50 years. There he is. What you got?
There we go. He's catching on those little swim baits. I don't have enough watching that.
Well, you said something about 1 to 0. I didn't quite catch that.
There you go. We got on a little hot spot on this point, didn't we? Good fish too.
They're all good.
That's the best fish we caught today. Oh yeah.
That's what we call a fast grower there. He's gonna be pushing 3 pounds. We were wanting to catch him on topwater. Even though it's August, we wanted to start early with topwater, and we had a few bites and caught 1 or 2 small fish, but made a little bit of a change. We're throwing swim baits, we're throwing chatter baits, and the action's starting to pick up. If you like to fish, Northeast Mississippi is the place to live.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we've got Trace State Park, Lake Lamar Bruce, Tom Beebe State Park, an overlooked diamond in the rough, if you ask me. Lake Monroe,
yeah.
Tippah County Lake, Pickwick Lake,
Pickwick.
Ten Tom Waterway, Bay Springs Lake. You know, we're blessed to have a lot of opportunities, angling opportunities here in Northeast Mississippi. I tell folks, you know, my toughest decision is where I'm gonna go.
Right, yeah.
The Trace by far, especially during the winter, was my favorite place, my favorite lake to fish.
There you go.
He's strong.
Another good healthy fish.
Mm-hmm. You know, the current regulations for bass on Trace is a 14 to 22 inch slot.
Okay.
And you can keep 1 over.
Gotcha.
So what we're trying to do is protect this size fish.
That's awesome.
This is probably a 15 inch fish. So it would be illegal right now to keep this fish.
Okay, so throw him back.
So the smaller fish, we'd like folks to keep.
And then 1 over the slot.
And then of course, you know, if we have somebody catch a giant, which there are some in here, and I hope we encounter one here shortly, then they can keep one. I could not catch up with him. Let's check him, because I think he's gonna be borderline. So he is 14 1/8 slot.
Slot fish. Yep.
You know I got plenty of these.
Gotta be a fish right there in that little pocket.
Now that one's probably under. We measured that fish earlier.
Oh,
it was 14 1/8. That would be a fish you could legally keep.
Okay.
And you can keep 10 per person per day.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And one fish right there.
You know, Trace never produced 10-pound fish, but in just sheer numbers of 5 to 8-pound fish, it was unmatched. I mean, a good day in the winter, you know, cold, nasty, find them out there on some of that offshore structure was a 30 to 50 fish day. Your best 5 weigh 25 pounds. A bit longer, long and lean and mean. I need to do whatever he's doing. Chatter bait, chatter, chatter.
There we go. Another one on the point.
You know, we expect the fishing just to get better. You know, we're catching a lot of 11 to 14 inch fish, and we knew that was the case. We still have some really big fish out here that we hadn't seen yet. But as this population matures, people start keeping fish, we really expect in the next 5 years to be one of the best fisheries in the state. Well, the sun's gotten up, it's gotten a little warmer, and we think we could probably catch a few more fish, some slot fish or maybe just below the slot. You saw a switch to the chatterbait, but we're gonna do something a little different. It is summer, it's hot, so we're gonna go to some little deeper baits. We're gonna fish a little deeper. We've been catching fish in 5 to 10 feet of water, and we're gonna fish some points in about 20 feet of water. So we'll be Texas rigging a big plastic worm, and I like to use 2 weights with a bead in between. You can see that. But when we first pull up on these points, a big crankbait's hard to beat. This is dives about probably 12 to 15 feet on 12-pound test. If there's any active fish, this bait's gonna catch them. So we'll start out fishing that. We'll try the Texas rig worm, or even a shaky head. Now this is on a bait caster, but it's 12-pound test, just a stand-up head. You know, we know that there's 6+ pound fish in here, so we're gonna back out a little deeper and see if we can't catch some better fish.
We're going hogging.
Public water fishing now. This ain't no private pond.
No, this ain't nothing wrong with this. There we go.
Any size?
I don't know yet. Seems like a pretty decent one.
Oh yeah, better fish. Well, I really don't want to do this.
A little bit bigger fish out in the deep water.
That's what we're trying to do, not a giant by any means, but a little bit better quality. And that's what we're trying to do by moving out here a little bit deeper.
There's one right there.
Good?
Yeah, better fish. Look at that. Got him on both sides. Up here on Trace State Park, Northeast Mississippi. Had a good morning. Caught a bunch of fish early on some chatterbaits. Switched over to some crankbaits. So there we go. Another great day on the water.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching this episode of Mississippi Outdoors. We hope you enjoyed the video.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, or check out other episodes from previous seasons. Also, be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on future shows.